Hey, happy Video Friday coming to you from my echoey bathroom. You might even hear my dog out in the other room bark or my family making noise because I'm recording this around 4:30 on Thursday and everyone's home. So I'm answering some of your reader questions today. I think 2 or 3 of them I will answer today, and I'll kind of give you an update on my next release, Not What I Expected. Yes, that's the title of it. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so reader questions from you. A lot of people have been asking me about my last book, Out of Love. And you've asked me if there will be more. Will there be a bonus epilogue? Will there be another book? Will there be a novella? And some of you might have been in my Facebook spoiler group to see my live Q&A that I did. If not, you can still go in there and watch my live Q&A that I did in there, and I answer a lot of questions in that group. I never say never. I used to say never. I no longer say that. I do not have any immediate plans to write any more beyond this book. I had somebody else ask about even writing about some of the other children at the end of the Jack and Jill series. Again, never say never, but I don't have any more plans, immediate plans to do anything else with the Jack and Jill series or anything beyond just Out of Love and how it ended. Let's see, another question was kind of related to this series, and I don't know if it was a question or just kind of a heads up. And it was about how the Jack and Jill series ended, which is where Livy, who is the main character in Out of Love, was introduced. She is actually a baby in the 3rd book, Donna Forever. And moving forward with books and doing additional books and doing spin-offs, on one hand is awesome because I get to revisit some of my favorite characters, and I loved writing Out of Love. What I don't like is going back and taking such thorough notes and worrying about missing some little detail or screwing up some little detail that was one way in this story and that I'm not consistent with it in the next story. So I did miss something, and I wouldn't even have to be honest about this because the question was about Livy's hair and eye color in Donna Forever, which she was a newborn baby. So I was actually surprised that I gave her hair and eye color, and when taking my notes, totally spaced that off at the end of that book because it's not the same hair and eye color as what she has in Out of Love. Now, newborn baby's hair color and eye color in the first 6 months easily can change, so I could just totally write it off to that, but I'm gonna be honest, I missed that little detail, so I hope that doesn't ruin Out of Love for anybody. I doubt it, but I know that some people are really great at noticing these little things. And yeah, I totally missed that. I've messed up an eye color going from one book to another book on another main character. I'm not going to tell you who that is because if you haven't caught it, well, that's okay. I kind of hope people don't catch it. But even in major movies and other books and television shows, there are little discrepancies or things that probably very few people catch, but are there. They're errors, they're mistakes, there's something sitting on a set that shouldn't be, but it's there during the filming of a movie or something. So yeah, this is kind of an error on my part. Let's see, I'm going by memory from these questions. So another question that was asked also had to do with a spinoff, and it was asking if Thaddeus from the book 1 would have his story told. I have not committed to that either. the only story going forward that I am committed to definitely continuing is in the Life series, the Life That Mattered, The Life You Stole, and it'll either be another just standalone book or another duet within that series that will have an interconnection but yet be a standalone, if that makes sense. If you've read the Life series, you know that there's a specific book that is referred to, and that book and that character who the book belongs to will be a consistent thing with any of the other books I write going forward in the Life series. And I do want to put 1 or 2 books within that series out again in 2021. I haven't started writing anything, and I don't even know what dates to tell you to look at, what time of the year next year that'll come out. I have another project that I'm working on, or I will be starting to work on soon, that most likely will be submitted by my agent to a traditional publisher. we'll just see. I have my own bucket list of things in my writing world here that I'd like to do, and I've had some of my books translated and put with traditional publishers in other countries, but never my own country, so I would love to have at least one of my books at some point with like one of the big publishers here in the United States. Will that happen? I don't know, but I'm at the point where I'm ready to go ahead and give it a try. So that is what I'm going to start working on next, and I don't know if I'm going to multitask and be also working on another project that will be published independently first part of the year or not, I don't know. But I've put out 5 books here in 2020, and so I think if we don't get anything from me till spring or thereabouts, that maybe is okay. I do have not what I expected coming out on December 6th. I talked about it on my last video, so I'll link that at the end of this video. And it'll be my last book. It is one that is definitely different. I've had a few alpha beta readers read it and love it, and they have confirmed it is different. They have said that every woman and possibly every man should read this book. I haven't decided if every man should read this book, but I think every woman should read this book, because I think no matter where you're at in your life, that on some level you'll connect to this. And I love writing books that have to do with issues that are maybe, I don't want to say controversial, but a little bit deeper issues. This did not set out to be a deep book, and I'm still not saying it's a deep story, but just some of the issues are very, very real as far as relationships. And I talk about marriage in a different way. I talk about just relationships in general in a different way. I talk about possibilities within religion, and it was very cleansing emotionally to write this book, and very freeing to write this book and these possibilities, and yet it still is fun and funny and sexy, and it has a little bit of a holiday feel to it, so I'm really excited to share it with you. If you're in my Jules Jonesies on Facebook, today actually, well, I'm doing this on a Thursday, but I'll be putting this out on Friday, the vlog out on Friday, so starting today, and then every Friday leading up to December 6th, the release of Not What I Expected. I will be on there kind of talking about some inspiration. I'm not going to do spoiler stuff, but I'm going to talk about some inspiration and thought behind writing this book, and maybe answering some of your questions that you might have or thoughts that you have on it. And so I'm really excited about doing that, because I like sharing this process with you, especially this book that, as you know from other videos I've talked about, my readers have contributed so much to this book. So that is it. Those are reader questions. I will maybe see you on Facebook at some point today. This is weird because I'm recording this on Thursday. Otherwise, have a really great weekend. If you live in the United States, get out there and vote, 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 vote. Make your voice count, make it matter. That's it. I love you guys.